I'm all about gear that will make my job easier, and sometimes you have to pay a premium in order to get that, and other times you don't. The times when you don't, that's a fantastic feeling, because if I don't have to pay a lot of money and something makes my job easier, that's a no-brainer, right? I want to talk about audio today. Normally I use this guy as my audio recorder. So this is a Tascam DR10L. I use this for weddings and for interviews, and this is normally what I use for when I record my own audio for YouTube. It's fantastic, I love it. You can record dual tracks at the same time. It's a great little piece of equipment that I'm gonna continue to use. However, I recently picked up, and by picked up, I wanna be clear about this because I know YouTube, everybody says I picked up, I got my hands on, whatever, and sometimes we're not clear about how we acquire things. I purchased this with my own money. Just FYI, I'm not being paid or anything to do this. And it is a Rode Wireless Go. This guy right here. I absolutely love this little thing. I've had it for a couple weeks now, and I'm loving this little piece of equipment. It is making my job so much easier. And I wanna tell you a little bit about how it's doing that. And I kinda wanna show you that too. I'm going to a shoot later on this evening, and I'm gonna bring this guy along. And hopefully I get to do like a little bit of vlog thing. So yeah, let's just go ahead and go for that. Okay, so one of the downsides of picking a lav mic versus a shotgun mic is that I can't record ambient audio. Essentially, it's just picking up my voice when I talk. And that's kind of part of the decision making that you're gonna have to think about when you choose to use a lav mic that is baked into the file versus a shotgun mic. For YouTube, I'm just wanting good audio of my voice as I'm talking. And so for me, this is kind of a cool setup. The benefit of this particular transmitter and receiver is that it has a mic input and it also has a mic in it. So I don't necessarily have to plug in a lav mic into it. I have the flexibility to unplug it and just use the transmitter as getting ambient audio if I want to. Or I can plug in a shotgun mic into that and use it as a boom right above my head. So that's kind of where I think the advantage of this is. And yeah, I'm kind of making lunch right now for my fiance. So you're gonna kind of watch me do that, so. One of the cool things is that you can still hear me right now. My voice probably still sounds the same, even though that I'm super far away. With a shotgun mic, it might not be the case. You might be picking up a lot more echo. So yeah, the downside is that as I'm spreading the mayonnaise onto this sandwich, you can't hear any of the sound of that. So that's something that I would have to do later on in post. That's not something that you can't get around. You just have to kind of give and take for that. I know that that's super interesting and you probably don't really care, but also, just to be clear, I'm not a huge fan of mustard, so this is not for me. This is totally like one of those moments where a filmmaker makes lunch and is trying to vlog his day, and everything about all of this is totally overkill. So don't think I don't know that. Okay, I gotta go take this sandwich, otherwise I won't be able to buy any more camera gear ever. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so bad news. I'm terrible about doing both YouTube and focusing on my shoots that I have at the same time. I just always forget to record content while I'm at the shoots, so I only took like one clip on my iPhone. So yeah, I don't have the vlog stuff of that, but what I was thinking was that originally this was just gonna be about the Rode Wireless Go, which I love, and you can see that I'm using right now. This is the supplied little windscreen that clips onto it. I know that people have said that it doesn't clip on very well. I've had zero problems with it and it seems like it's fine. But I was thinking that this is a $200 essentially wireless setup that you can either plug in a lav mic to, that you can plug in a shotgun mic to. And that is relatively cheap compared to other wireless setups. I mean, those usually run anywhere from $600 on up. Easily past $1,000 for like Sennheiser stuff. But if you're just starting out, like $200 still is a fair amount of money. Like relative to other stuff, it's cheap, but $200 is $200. And at that price point, people are probably considering shotgun mics. So I figured, why not test both of those? So that's kind of what I want to do. My shotgun mic that I use right now is the Deity D3 Pro. I don't know where I have it. Give me a second. I'll actually go find it. Okay, so this is the Deity D3. It has a rechargeable battery in it, and I love it. Like it's a great mic. The sound quality that comes out of this guy is great for the price. This one is, I think, at the $200 range. My dogs are going crazy. Like they're still barking right now, and they're always the ones that just like, it's not photo bomb. I guess it's like an audio bomb in my video. I want to compare the Deity D3 Pro shotgun mic to the Rode Wireless Go because I feel like that people are going to be considering, well, should I get a shotgun mic or should I get the Rode Wireless Go setup? And because they're at the same price point. So I figured let's try that out and kind of let's see, like, if you're just starting out in YouTube, where do you want to go? So let's just go ahead and do that right now. This is the sound quality of the Rode Wireless Go and the built-in mic with the windscreen on it, or the dead cat on top of that. So this is the audio quality of that. Now I'm going to switch over to the lav mic that came with my Tascam DR10L. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so this is an audio quality test of the Rode Wireless Go plus the lav mic that came with my Tascam DR10L. This is probably the setup that I will use the most in terms of like how I want to use the Rode Wireless Go, because the audio is now synced into the camera and I don't have to worry about syncing as I would if I were using just the Tascam DR10L. So this is the audio quality of that setup. So now let's go ahead and go to the Deity D3 Pro right now. Okay, so now I'm using the Deity D3 Pro shotgun mic, and this is an audio quality test of that. This is an audio quality test of the Deity D3 Pro. So this, I think, is a good setup for YouTubers. If you're just getting started, I think that this would probably be the setup that I would lean towards, just because not only do you get the directionality of the shotgun mic, and it'll pick up decent quality audio for talking head stuff like this, but you can also use it, say you're out and about, you're at the beach, you're in the mountains, and you can use it to pick up audio that way, rather than having to unclip the mic and put it on a totally different person, or your audio source only being limited to whatever person that your mic is clipped onto if you're using the lav mic or the Rode Wireless Go. So this, I think, gives a little bit more versatility if you're just going to have one of these options. So this is the audio quality out of the Deity D3 Pro. So now I'm going to switch over to the Rode Wireless Go and we're going to finish everything off. So ready, set, go. Okay, so I took a look at the footage, or rather I listened to the footage, and I was actually kind of surprised to see the differences between the two and how drastic it was, at least for me and my headphones. I was pleasantly surprised by the Rode internal microphone that it has on the transmitter. That audio sounded really good. The audio that was included on there was not edited at all, and it sounded great. The version with the lav mic actually didn't sound as good compared to that, which was kind of surprising to me. And then the Deity D3 Pro doesn't sound terrible, but at the same time, this room, I know to have a lot of echo in it. Typically, I don't use that mic when I'm shooting in here, and that's why I like to use a lav mic. Outside of this room, it performs great. So I guess in conclusion, if you were only to pick one of these, I would probably go with the shotgun mic just because of the versatility there. There's a reason why you see everybody running around with that. And I know that when I first started filmmaking and when I first got into audio, I was like I want to do something different, and I don't like the fact that this thing is on top of my camera and it just draws more attention to me when I'm out and about, and that's true. However, there's a reason why most of everybody uses that in order to capture audio when they're just out and about. For studio type of settings, I love lav mics, and then especially too for rooms that are super echoey, using a lav mic tends to kind of reduce that a little bit, and then later on in post you can reduce some of that echo. So those are kind of how I gauge audio. Granted, I'm not an audio expert, so just kind of take that for what it is. These are just things that I've learned through my own experiences. So I hope that that information is helpful. Let me know down in the comments what you guys typically like to use, and have you experienced the Rode Wireless Go? I'm liking it just because of the portability of it. The size is so small and it just works. Like, I press a button to turn it on and they're connected and they're ready to go. So I'm really enjoying them a lot. Okay, lastly, I want to say that I'm totally aware of my last couple gear reviews have been of expensive gear, and videography and photography. All of the gear is super expensive. I don't want to give the message to people that you need expensive gear in order to make things good. And I know that a lot of that content is out there, but I also want to put that out there and say, hey, like, you don't need expensive gear to make things happen. So that's going to be one of my next videos coming out. So look forward to that. If you guys have any suggestions or anything that you want to see, drop it down in the comments, and maybe we can put it in there. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace.